Hey, I'm Shawn Hakimi. I've worked in finance for both Fortune 500s and highly ranked startups. And throughout this video, I'm going to explain exactly what financial planning and analysis is and what financial analysts do. You might be in college right now thinking about what career you want to pursue, or you might already be in the corporate world looking to make a transition. And you may have heard that FP&A is one of the best careers within finance. And so, to avoid wasting your time, let's jump in. If accounting is focused on everything in the past, then FP&A's role is to focus on everything going on in the future. FP&A's role is to take the financial information from the last year and to try to forecast what the financials of a company are going to look like over the next year. And not only that, FP&A also is going to forecast what it's going to look like over multiple years into the future. And when you're looking into FP&A, you'll typically hear the words forecast and budget a lot. And so what exactly do they mean, and are they interchangeable? So to answer that, before you start a new year, you're going to be forecasting what the entirety of that year is supposed to look like. And once your FP&A team is confident in that forecast, you're going to set the forecast as the budget, the dollar amount budget. So if you forecasted $300 million in expenses for that next year, you're going to set a $300 million budget for the next year. And so as a company progresses through the year, let's say they complete the first quarter of the year, what you originally budgeted and forecasted for is now going to look different than what actually happened within that first quarter. And what a company does is something called a reforecast. And so FP&A teams might do this reforecast process maybe once every quarter or every single month as they get new information throughout the year so that they can better plan for what to expect as the year goes on. Now, as a company progresses through the year, FP&A's responsibility is to communicate to the leaders of those companies whether or not things are going better than or worse than planned, and to really present financial information in a really easy to understand way for those executives to be able to make decisions. And so how do they do this? Well, they might use Excel to build a month-by-month forecast for the upcoming year of what the FP&A team is expecting, or they might use a financial planning software to help with this as well. One of the last things that an FP&A team will use that really helps out the most a lot of times is partner with other departments throughout the company. All of the different teams like sales and marketing, operations, and all of the others, to get context from them on what they're expecting their departments to have to spend or to have to work on for that upcoming year. And now, one fun fact to note is that while there are 3 financial statements in total that a lot of teams focus on, the main focus of the FP&A team is really the income statement. At the end of the day, this is where the revenue lies, all of the expenses, and where the profitability for a company exists. And so FP&A spends a lot of time building models around that income statement. Now look, if you're already scrolling through LinkedIn, applying to financial analyst roles or FP&A analyst jobs, you might want to make sure that the roles you're applying to are really for FP&A and are actually going to be good roles. So go ahead and click this link right here, and that'll help guide you on what to really look for when applying to a lot of these jobs. All right, so that was a good summary, but let's try to get more detailed with a good example of what that really looks like within an FP&A team. Let's picture a simple company that just sells a subscription to other businesses, and they charge $5,000 a month for other businesses to use their software. Now let's imagine that in year 3, this company finished at $100 million in revenue, and that in year 4, the company now plans to target $150 million by the end of the year. And also this company wants to be profitable or break even by the end of the year. And so what that means is that for their expenses in total, they're going to want to aim for $150 million or less in all of their costs across the business. Where the complexity comes with FP&A is that they'll need to figure out how many more companies they'll need to earn as customers in order to get that extra $50 million of revenue. And let's say that the FP&A team determines that they don't have enough sales members on board to meet this new revenue target. Well, they're going to have to forecast how many new team members they're going to need on the sales team, and also what average salary they're expecting to hire them at. And so with that info, they're going to set a budget for the sales team specifically for their hiring expenses, and they're going to have to work together to try to build a plan for the upcoming year that doesn't exceed that budgeted dollar amount. And the same thing is going to apply to how many software engineers is this business going to need to build and maintain their software for what they offer. And also, how much real estate are they going to need to cover all of the new people coming to the business? And how many office supplies are they going to need? And how much insurance are they going to need? And what's the budget for that? And all of the Microsoft Suite licenses for everyone to have Excel and have really nice laptops and to also be able to... You get the point. Now, with all of that in mind, FP&A can vary quite a bit from company to company. And if the company is more complex, where they have all these different sources of revenue and all these different ways of tracking their expenses, the more complex the job gets for the FP&A team. And a good thing to know is that FP&A really has a lot of different coats to wear. It's not just that summary that I gave on the role. It really can be an entire career built focusing on different aspects of a company. So just to name a few, there's corporate FP&A, product FP&A, sales finance, strategic finance. And so if you want to learn more on that, really drop a comment down below and I'm happy to make a video explaining all the differences and really which one you should start with in your career. And speaking of that, now that you know exactly what FP&A is, you might as well learn how much you can expect to make within a career in FP&A. And so this video right here is going to explain that year by year, and I promise you the number is a lot higher than what you're probably expecting. Until next time, hope to see you soon. Take care.